Hello everyone, it's Michaela here and you can call me Kay. This is Kayology, my channel all about astrology. We do tarot these days and yeah, I'm here to motivate you, okay? So today we are doing a what your spirit team wants you to know right now. We have some guided messages, like from some of your guides, especially if you have like angels, like archangels that you work with. I was kind of getting that vibe, especially in group one. Okay, all of these readings are already done. We have some ancestor messages. Yes, they can be a part of your spirit team. Um, I said that your spirit teams are the group of guides, whether deities or just like spirits, angels, as well as your ancestral team. They can be guides as well. So whenever I say spirit team, that's what I'm talking about. I know that not everyone believes like your ancestors are a part of your spirit like guides, but I totally think so, especially like if you have ancestors that have ascended this realm and, I guess graduated some of the earth lessons. I think that they can totally be guides. So yeah, whenever I say spirit team, know that some ancestors could come through. We also got some there was a vibe of star seeds, okay, a star seed group coming through, okay, and that was really fun. That was a really fun read. So yeah, some of them are a little serious, others of them are, good, timeline jumping. We have quantum leaping, we have manifestations coming in, we got warnings and all different types of things like that in this read. Okay, so hopefully it is exactly what you need right now, because they was coming to freak through. It was like boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's the reading. I will see you at your reads. There is like a different setup this time, just because I felt guided to do so. And yeah, that will be the setup for the time being. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna stop talking. Bye, y'all. There is something here about you have like this cycle of, okay, if this is what you're going through, then I would probably think that this is probably your message. If you're not going through something like this, then I would probably say like this message is not for you, because this does seem very specific for a specific type of collective. So oh, they're running a tight ship today. Someone's guides are very like when they give you messages, it's like they're kind of strict, or like they run a strict program. Okay, let me get the second card out. So when someone has a guide here, it doesn't feel like an ancestor, it feels like a guide that, one more, they are trying to get a message to you about how they want you to receive your manifestations. Someone here is like a really great manifester, but like you, it's like you are getting what you are manifesting, but it's like they want you to look at Two of Wands, how you are planning to use things. Someone's been in an up and down cycle of abundance, where there's a season of time where you have a lot and then you overexert yourself. I guess that's what the Six of Pentacles was when I first started shuffling my new deck, y'all. I'm so excited. Anyways, back to the I'm serious, they run a tight ship. Okay, so the messages are coming through like very like straightforward, just so yes, someone has been manifesting things, right? And they come in and it's like you're grateful and everything, but they're saying there's more. Like there's more to manifestation, there's more to essentially timeline jumping, okay? Because it's like someone here is, you're really good at all those things. You're really good at like changing your perspective. Okay, they're saying don't talk too much. So yeah, you're not here for encouragement, you're here for direction, okay? So they're saying, yeah, you essentially need to start, when you manifest something, remember what you want it for. Like literally, I'm getting even on a practical sense. Like if you say, for example, there's like a grocery list I'm seeing. You say we're out of milk. When you go to the store to buy milk, you don't need to be getting 100 other different things, because that is messing up your manifestation, like things coming in quicker, because you say you want money or you want opportunities or something, and it's like when the opportunity comes, you go and do something opposite to what you were manifesting. So it leaves your guide, specifically this one guy that's coming through, okay, this guide is like, okay, we're helping you so that you can, live your purpose and live what you're saying you want for your life, magician. So if you say, I want $6,000 so that you can start a business, or put a down payment on like a car or a home, or like you need to build up your savings account up to $600, something like that, right? It's money is a very important thing here, because it's like you do have abundance coming through, something that you manifested, something that you want, but they want you to essentially know, like, hey, don't forget why you wanted this. Don't forget why you wanted this opportunity, why you wanted this money, okay? So it's like, whew, a manifestation could be almost squandered if not catered to properly. Um, Something that could be good could become bad. I was also seeing like a bank account with a whole bunch of money in it, and essentially like someone going and shopping because they're bored. Because I have it. You know what I'm saying? It's like changing your mindset. Oh my gosh, I cannot. I feel like I'm giving freaking finance advice, but I'm not trying to give finance advice. It's not like what this is. But for somebody, it literally is money. Like you're about to receive a lump sum, or you're about to receive like some type of like funding for something. Okay. I like my gloves. Okay, anyways. Uh, so it's like you're about to receive something. So it's like clock in, like lock in, okay? And focus. And remember what the plan is. Remember the plan. That's but yeah, this guide is not playing. They want your success, okay? It's something that somebody really has wanted, like somebody specifically in the collective. I don't think this is everybody in this group, but like someone really has been like praying or manifesting something. They've been wanting something, and it's about to come through, and they want to make sure that it is a blessing to you and it doesn't like mess your life up. Like that's not what they want. They want like this to be helpful to you. They don't want it to be um something that stresses you out or becomes a burden. Okay, so we have to be like a good steward of our opportunities, our blessings, I'm using different wordage because I think there are people who have different belief systems when it comes to this. Because for some of you, like you pray, like you talk to your guides or ancestors or God, like you talk to the higher power all the time about the things that you want, the things that you want to happen in your life. And for others of you, like you use some type of manifestation tactic, writing things down, visualization, something like that. And it's about to come through, but like it will be a burden if not used properly. And I don't know how to explain that, okay? Um, okay, they want to do another row. Okay. Two more for the magician. Okay. Thank you. All right, so we have, can y'all see? Okay, cool. The way I have the camera set up today is hilarious. But Three of Wands and The hangman. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a whole nother thing. It's like some of you m- put in the effort to manifest things, and then like you sit there and you just wait. And you're just like, okay, I want this thing. I want this thing. I want this thing. And they're just like, it's like, okay, move as if it's already here. Move as if you already gotten the approval or the not approval. Move as if you were already approved. Okay? Like, let your manifestations have legs. Move. Okay? Because there's something for some of you, this is like a situation which I think it has something to do with um the Jupiter transit. Oh my gosh. Wait. So the thing about like Jupiter energy or like Sagittarius energy, yes, I'm going off on a tangent, but like it ties in. So when I look at this photo, when I turn the deck around and I looked at the photo, I'm seeing someone chasing after something, okay? And like ride that they, the ride that they need, they can only get to it by running. Like there's a motorcycle ahead, but you can only get to the motorcycle by running. And then there's like a bow and arrow that makes me think of Sagittarius. So this feels very Jupiterian. Like you have some like Wheel of Fortune luck. Okay. You have some type of like lucky opportunity, lucky approval of an application, something like that. Like there's a lucky opportunity that is like ahead of the road, but you have to do stuff. Like you have to put yourself in the right place to receive that opportunity. You have to, like do all of the detailed things to almost prepare for it. Like, yeah. And then you have to do it with like the faith of a magician. Like when a magician when they put all of the energy and all of the elements into uh manifesting something or bringing something into reality, you can't tell them that it's not real. You can't tell them that it's not like happening. So move like it's about to happen type thing. Yeah. As I say that, it's like this adrenaline, like somebody's guide is like, get up, like, don't be sad, don't be sitting there waiting for it to come in, looking sad and all in your head and wondering if it worked or wondering if this is gonna work or that's gonna work and how is this gonna work. Like instead of sitting there questioning, like do all of the stuff centered around receiving it. Like if you knew that you're about to receive $20,000, okay? If you knew you was about to receive $20,000, what bank are you gonna bank at? Okay, how are you going to store these things? Do you want multiple accounts? Do you want to put it all in one account? You know what I'm saying? Like that type of detailed thinking. Let's say you want a new car, but you don't know anything about cars. Okay, we'll start learning about cars. What do they need monthly? What type of car do you want? What type of maintenance will it need? Okay, so it's like something like that. I'm using physicalized things because I do feel like it's some type of money making opportunity or money itself. So someone has the certifications for a job. This is not supposed to be on the board, but that's what it's giving though. Like get up, go get it. And also, it's interesting that this is the Knight of Swords because I do feel like you all almost have to get out of your head. Like get out of your head, get out of your head, bro. I say again, get out of your head. Like, mm. But then also for some of you, this is like waiting in preparation. Don't like say it and then be like, okay, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Like for some of you, the preparing is like your mindset. Ooh. The preparing is your mindset. Okay? Like for some of you, the issue or the thing that you have to meet the universe halfway in is your mindset. Especially with this hangman, like opening that crown chakra so that you can receive it. Because if your crown chakra is closed, you can't receive new understandings, new ideas, the opportunities to move forward. Like you can't receive from the divine when you are closed off. Life is always going to be this way. This is just the way it always has been. Like that type of thing. Being unwilling to see the more or what the possibilities could be. Mm. I'm going to get 2 cards to clarify this. Okay. I have been sitting on this for a while. Somebody was in the comments of a video a while back saying that they were going through certain things financially and that they didn't have the luxury to take time off, because I believe in the reading it was something about taking time off. And they were like, well, I don't have the, like, I can't do that because of, the this and this, and some of us just don't have that luxury. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm reading it and I'm just like, they're closed off. Like whoever that person was, I have no idea if you're still watching, but like you're closed off. And sometimes when we're thinking about what we don't have, more can't open up. Like we're so busy looking at what's wrong that the opportunity to make it better can't show itself because you're putting effort into what's wrong. And I hope that helps. Also, there's something about like get a bamboo plant, say what you want for your finances, and as the bamboo plant, something that grows very, very fast, as it begins to grow, so will the opportunities that you want to receive finances, okay? Now, this is not a overnight sensation, get a fancy check in the mail, woo, like this is not spooky tooky. So for some of this is, building blocks. This is Saturn. This is the world we live in. Like an opportunity comes. Maybe it's not the best of opportunities or even the opportunity that you hope for sometimes, but sometimes that's like what you need. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So don't limit yourself. What is this 2 of Wands? 2 cards played by the 2 of Wands. Okay, we got a lot of jumping. What's this 2 of Wands here? Telling you, there's some doubt in here, dude. There's some freaking doubt. Yeah. Okay. Come on now. This deck is new. I cleansed it and then I just wanted to use it so bad. But for some odd reason, it's not. That is wild. The heck? Okay. I'm gonna redo that. One more for the 2 of Wands. One more for the 2 of Wands. Okay, thank you. Because that was a lot. Okay. Okay. Got it. Woo. I definitely hit like some interference. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was like, imagine being almost on a call of sorts with like spirit, and then all of a sudden it's just like quiet, like radio silence, and I'm like, hmm, hold on, y'all. Okay. So I want everyone to see everything. All right. All right. Someone really doesn't want you guys to receive this messages. This what? Yeah. Okay. Don't want me to make the video, don't want me to give the messages. It's a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's move on because despite the energy, I'm not gonna let it stop me. Mm. Let's just continue. Like, dude, what the heck even happened? I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of editing. Can't wait. Um, so here's the Here's the situation, y'all. I do feel like someone has been putting in so much effort to bring something into their reality. Like, this is like manifesting something, hoping for something, wishing for something, putting in the effort for something for a very, very, very long time. Um, and in like the most natural sense, like this is okay, you've gone to school for 6 years, now you have your like master's degree or something, right? Now you have like multiple degrees. Okay, so like in a practical sense, like okay, you put in a lot of effort and now you're graduating something. Um, but in like a spiritual sense, it feels like there is something that okay, they're saying, yeah, oh my gosh. In a spiritual sense, it feels like someone has been like almost building up a lot of really good karma and it's all coming together for starting from this first line of energy. It's all coming together and like coming to you because of how almost open to spirit you've been. Like you're very open minded and it's opened opportunities for you in places that other people just haven't thought about. I mean, that's just what it is. So someone has something coming to them because of their spiritual work and them being so emotionally pliable. That's what's winning you this spiritual and also physical, like coming out of the spiritual into the, earth realm. That's what's winning you this victory. And you're you're a queen of cups who knows how to work their emotions. Like you know how to keep yourself emotionally open. Like the Queen of Cups receives, she receives a lot. She understands a lot. She's very connected. I love the imagery on this card because that's kind of like all this water everywhere is kind of what it means to be a Queen of Cups, to be able to perceive and be a part of the spiritual unity that is intuition, right? Um, to be connected to source and all the things around you and to be able to sense and feel all of it and still be at peace, like still be, centered within yourself is not easy. So you're winning a spiritual victory there. And I think that's what's allowing something to manifest into your life. And it's putting you in an emperor type position because of your spiritual growth, because of what you've grown out of. Okay, with this Eight of Cups, like this is all about water, it's all about spirit here. So someone's spirit guide is coming through telling them to like literally become what you have manifested, like become it, prepare for it, and just like be ready. Someone's been in like a more passive place, especially with all this water energy. Like someone's been in a very passive place, like, in a waiting energy, in this like patient waiting, staying at peace. But it's like now I'm literally hearing gear up your nervous system because it's like things are going to speed up a lot more. Um, Whether this is like a work thing or just like a financial thing, like finances finally coming together, you hit like that goal for like saving for something. So it's like now you're about to manifest it, like new stuff as well, like new possessions are coming in. And they're asking you to be ready for it, okay? Also change your mindset. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to add in the first part of this reading because, well, it, y'all, it just, I was reading the energy, I was getting the message, and it's like the call dropped. It's like somebody really wants you to drop this opportunity. They want you to drop whatever you're doing that's actually working for you. Um, it's like the Seven of Pentacles energy where you put in a lot of work on something, and every single time I say that, like my face gets itchy. Y'all, my lip is itchy right now, and I'm like, what the heck? Every time I say it, every time I even acknowledge the fact that this was not easy because of a person. Like there was somebody, of course, right? Of course, when spirit's about to bless you, when like your manifestations come in, when everything starts working out, it's like, yes, there are people who are gonna be mad about it, like, oh, why not me? Right? Why not me? And that's also something that they're telling you to be prepared for. Like, be prepared for the jealousy. Be being open and being like ready to receive something from the universe is not always the physical thing itself, but it's also all of the other things that will happen around it. Like someone is meant to be victorious in something, like someone's meant to be successful at something, and with success comes sometimes like negative energy or people wanting to kind of knock it down because they perceive themselves not to have it or have the capability to have it. So they don't want you to have it. Crabs in a bucket mentality. But I don't want to sit on that for too long because it's not the important part. Like, this really is one of those like, get ready. Like, get ready. Are you ready? Be ready. Okay, wake up, chica. Okay. I don't know where the heck that's coming from. I literally heard chica, like, wake up, what are you doing? What? I love the spirit guide readings. I really do. Because it's just like there's so many different guides, and then there's like ancestry in there sometimes. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. But yeah, like you deserve this. Whatever this is, it's really gonna put you in like an emperor status because you're now going to have a level of influence. Mind you, this could be as simple as being promoted or being like put in a higher leadership place, or just even being a mentor to someone. Like someone walks upon you and they see that you're doing something better than them, like they want to hear your point of view. They want, like, they see you as a leader, so they want to hear what you have to say. They want you to share things with them. They want you to steer them in the right direction. And you could be thinking to yourself, like, all I did was, buy a house or buy a car. But like your nephew or your younger sibling or somebody that you go to work with, like they've never bought a car, and they want to know, like, where did you get this? Where did you get your insurance? Where did you do this? Da, 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 right? So it's like, for some of you, it could just genuinely be like you receiving something and then people wanting to, there's a lot about people reacting to something that somebody's receiving. Okay, for some of you, it's a ring, like you're about to get married. So something that is socially taking you up, but also it's just like physically, like you'll have more resources in some way. And it's like the be prepared to be seen, Six of Wands. Okay, to be clapped for people to be like, oh my gosh, congratulations, right? Yeah. Someone's receiving something, and I know there's like a lot of people who are watching, so it's like different for all of you, but it's something that has to do with your spiritual efforts that you have paired together. Okay, all started from what you done, what you manifested, what you wanted, that you brought into this reality through consistently staying open to the universe. Okay, you weren't deterred by things not going your way when you wanted it to go that way. You weren't deterred by, you know, something about it being chaotic, because me just losing the message in the middle, that's never happened to me before, ever. It literally just seemed like a call dropped. I was like, whoa, what happened? What happened? I'm like, that was wild. And it's like somebody just not wanting to receive it, but it's like it doesn't matter, because all I did was I restarted the message, and they didn't stop anything. They didn't stop nothing. And now the message is even coming through even clearer. It's like there's nothing that someone can do to stop this. People could have once again tried to deter you from it, but there's nothing that anybody's gonna be able to do to stop it. Okay? Oh my gosh. Temperance, yes. Stay tempered with all of this. Continue to like energy work within yourself, okay? Work through any limited thinking, insecurities, things that come up, okay? Um, alchemize. Ooh. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. What else do y'all want to tell them? Okay. I gotta figure out how to do this. Do the white card. Do the white card. What do y'all want to tell them? Things, warnings. Yeah, you're gonna be so happy. You're gonna be so freaking happy, dude. Of course, that's the first thing that they want to say. Yes, what's coming in? Ugh, gosh. Y'all, I'm trying to get these gloves and stuff together. What's coming in is gonna make you so stinking blinking happy. Love that for y'all. Okay? Mm-hmm. Someone's not listening to their signs. Someone's getting like signs and synchronicities. Like celebrate, okay? You're gonna be happy, but someone's energy right now, like y'all are sour, okay? So someone is not feeling, too happy right now. They were sincere in reverse. Yep, I'm telling you, somebody. Okay, you're gonna be happy. Someone else is gonna be sour. Okay, I see. I see. Anxiety. Because I think sometimes people need to see these confirmation cards, because I know I can be talking and people be like, "Well, how do I know? How will I know, Kay?" Not a beep in the background. Come on now. Okay, cool. Okay, so once again, so boom, when you get anxious, trade it for joy, okay? Trade it for some positive affirmations. Like, that's the perfect time to, push things forward, actually. The anxiety pop up, you just start speaking positive over the whole situation. Something is up in the air, you don't know, the results to some type of test, even, okay, for whoever, right? The anxiety just ride it with some positive affirmations, okay? I ride out my anxiety with positive affirmations every single time. Because if not, I'm just not going to say negative stuff, because that's just, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Like, it makes you more anxious, okay? Um Observe. See, I'm telling you, somebody's getting signs. Someone's getting signs. Someone's getting synchronicities. It's like your guides are trying to tell you, like, it's happening, it's happening, it's coming, it's happening. And you're just like, like, observe, look. And don't forget what you're supposed to. Okay, downloads. Observe. What's going on around you is trying to tell you, like, hey, it's about to happen. It's happening. For some of you, this is like a timeline shift. Like, somebody just wants life to feel better, feel different. It's like it's happening around you. You don't see it, okay? Like, stop, smell the roses, literally. Like, stop and smell them doggone flowers. Small things like that do help to jump timelines. Okay, nice body. Okay, someone been working on that body, yada 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 yada. Body crazy, curvy, white, big dick, little white. Okay, let me stop. Anyways, someone's been working on it. With this Saturn here, someone could have a really good Saturn retrograde. It's starting July 2026, the 26th. Okay, so body yada 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 yada. Okay, body looking good, girl or dude. Period. Downloads of the next steps. Just looked at the downloads and I'm getting downloads for the next steps. Okay, yeah. There are going to be people who are very insincere. when they feel like, when they sense, when they feel, okay, they're gonna be very insincere. Some people are gonna want you to unblock them. Some people are gonna want to know, like, you're gonna be walking around looking different, happier, okay, happier, not as anxious, even not as, in a lower state. You're going to be happier, lighter. And it's not just about having new stuff. It's not about having possessions. Like when you're walking around with like a 10 of cups, like, just happy, fulfilled, don't look worried. People can be like, girl, what you drinking? What is that? Can I have some? What's making you feel so good? Right? And it's insincere because they have a very souring energy. Like it feels a little vampiric. I'm not gonna lie. Because they're insincere. It'd be one thing if they're coming up to you like, hey, I've been feeling trashy and I see that you're so happy, and is it real? Like, what can I do to make myself happy? No, it's like, I'm sour, which is also giving like bitter, and I'm going to be insincere in your energy because I want to see what you have going on. Not because I want to give anything, not because I want to be friends, not because I want to talk to you. It's just I want to see what you got going on, and I want to watch and see if there's anything I can take from it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do we really have time for that? I don't think so. It's probably one of the last cards. Okay, new car on the freaking floor with Seer. Okay, someone's about to get a new car, y'all. Someone about to get a new car. Ooh, someone about to get a new car. Ooh, okay. With, yeah, wanting to sacrifice you. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's wild. Someone's getting an opportunity to receive an item. It doesn't have to be a car. Like I told you, this represents possessions or something that someone's gonna be able to get, and someone's gonna want to like take your avenue, like take your way to get it, if that makes sense. Like, let's say you find someone who is like selling a car and your price range and you mention it, like they'll try to put an offer in for that car before you can. You get what I'm saying? And like the car is just an example. So someone could be like wanting something and they are trying to use you as an avenue to get it, which in case would sacrifice your manifestations, what you want, what the effort you put in, and then basically like take that effort away. Like they'll take that advice, take the idea, take the opening, take the opportunity away, right? Like telling somebody that you just did an interview and they go and try to call in and get an interview for that same job. Like that's the vibe here. So just be careful. Like, you know, because it's something about the opportunity when it comes, it's going to be exciting and surprising. Like, you're going to feel like, oh my god, like I've won, like it finally came in, like this is exactly what I wanted. And you're going to want to like talk to all these different people. Your energy is going to change, you're going to look so much happier and all this stuff, and it's like people are going to be like, oh, what's making you so happy, right? Let me see if I can put my tentacles on it. But yes, y'all, this is the read. Oh my gosh, how long is this? Okay, this is the read. I'm gonna have a heyday trying to edit this, but I hope it was helpful. Bye, y'all. I'm getting a lot of downloads. I'm not gonna lie. Um, mm, so I heard multiple things. So a little music. Um, get a couple wet wipes in case a bum try to touch me. Ew. I'm the Terminator. Okay. A little Nikki. She's not my favorite anymore, but the talent is the talent. Choices is choices. I don't agree with the choices. Um, But at the end of the day, look, it's just, I don't know. I'm grieving. I'm grieving Nikki as a influence. Um, and then we also have It's Only Monday. It's 6 Days by DJ Shadow. 6 Days by DJ Shadow. Hear a bell in the background here. But yeah, I just kept hearing it's the something of the week. It's only Monday. I was like, what the heck? So two songs for you guys there. I don't remember what the Nicki Minaj song is. I'll put in the description. But I'm also hearing It's Now or Never. Now or never from your spirit guides, okay? It's a now or never. Make the jump, make the move, do it, do it. It's now or never. And I'm not gonna lie, this is exactly this last reading group too for me, and this is the type of vibe I need right now. Y- uh, some of y'all could be star seeds if you resonate with that, but I love the jokey, like jovial energy that I'm getting from your spirit team. Um, a lot of the other readings were like, yeah, changed, things happening, timeline jumping, timelines changing. Um, ooh, but now I feel like I'm almost entering into a different world. I was told to literally light the sage and let it go. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. Um, eh, Major cleanse happening. I don't know if you want to do whatever your cleansing methods are in your spiritual practice, boo. Okay, fire, water, smoke, do whatever you got to do. But it's there is a vibe with this group that it's now or never. You have a lot of haters, okay? You have so many haters. I also got take a number, take a number. It makes me think of Brittany the Cosmic Wifey, okay? I used to love her readings. Wait, okay, that's not supposed to be like that. She's a great reader. I believe she's still a great reader, but there are certain times when spirit will put someone heavily on my timeline, like nonstop, and every single thing that they post is like for me, right, for a period of time, and then um they'll give me someone else, that type of thing. And there was a period of time, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget 2024 to 2025. Brittany the Cosmic Wifey got me through so much. So literally so much respect to her as a reader. Um, her energy, her personality, she's such a dope human being. Um, and I believe she still is. Okay. I have to go and look at her page. But she would say this thing where it's just like, I hater number 4, hater number 5, hater number 6, hater number this. Okay. I got so many haters, y'all gonna have to take a number. And that's kind of the vibe here. Um, a lot of you feel like you can't be, yeah, okay, the message is coming through. And ooh, this is like a little, y'all can't see my face because they told me like, okay, we gotta, hide you this reading, okay? I think I only show my face in one of the reads, but essentially what they're saying was like, this ain't about, nails, this ain't about hair. We getting down to business, okay? So look. And I've actually enjoyed it, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there's this vibe coming through that's just like, um we need you to stand on business. Somebody had a heart chakra blockage, heart chakra and mm, heart chakra and solar plexus. And you could have thought it was because of maybe your haters, like, sometimes we think that the haters are winning. Sometimes we think like, oh, the people who don't want me to succeed, people who are doing this to me, who doing that to me, especially if you resonate with, knowing that people have done spiritual work against you, done spells against you, destiny swaps, whatever it is, right? If you've ever had someone do some work against you, child, okay, there's this feeling of why me? Okay, why me? Is this being, taken for record in the spirit realm? Like, what's gonna, yeah, the smoke is getting crazy. Smoke is getting crazy. Yes, all of these things, there's a record of it, okay? Um, your spirit team knows that the people who did these things against you were never gonna just win or get away with it. there was a period of time where your heart chakra, it felt like a heart chakra blockage. It could have been like a lot of crying as well, like a lot of crying and just feeling betrayed, not just by, the person or the situation, but also by your spirit team. Like you felt like, you were being sat down or pulled back. So it was like a heart chakra blockage, not really wanting to be as open to talk to people because of a either someone betrayed you so bad to the point where it made you want to close your heart up, or someone literally did work on you because they wanted you to feel rejected. They wanted you to feel like you weren't good enough. They wanted you to feel like you were not a part of the group, not a part of, I'm also getting the collective as well. Like, you not loved by God. Okay. Like that's the type of vibe here. They didn't want you to feel like you was loved by God, that you had the ability to manifest things, and they didn't want you to be confident either. And, there's something about this group. Yes, this is a long download for the person who's just like, she's still talking. Like, get the cards out. Let me live, okay? But there's something about this group where it's like you maybe were trying to manifest like confidence or like believing in yourself, but it's like the reason I said, oh, you must be like a star seed or something like that is because like it's you, babes. Like you it felt like you're trying to manifest a type of confidence that is performative, but your confidence comes from you, your personality, being who you are. I guess maybe someone was trying to metamorphosize themselves into maybe like, uh, why am I getting like baddies or something? Like an outspoken, loud, like turn up, okay, like crash out type, like, oh, you're not gonna say this to me, you're not gonna say that to me. Like maybe you wanted to be more loud, like maybe you wanted to be more boisterous, I guess. Um, and like putting people in their place. But it's like for this group, your confidence is actually like almost like like roasting people. Like y'all humble people by being yourself. Like where most people they get mad, they start to hit below the belt. They want to, like, get at people. Your way of really being confident and standing up for yourself is to not take things seriously. And the reason that they allowed that almost like blockage to happen was because they were preserving you. I'm telling y'all, bro, your guys are funny. They're just like, them people, I know you didn't think those people just won. I know you didn't think they just like, overcame you. Come on now. After all you done been through, after all we done been through as like your spirit team working alongside you, you thought they just overcame you? Come on. Come on, group two. Like, they're literally laughing like, gotcha. Them people did not overcome you. Come on. Come on. So yeah, I do feel like I'm talking to some star seeds, and whatever like group, because there's different types of star seeds, but like whatever group you came from, like they are a very just jovial group of beings. Like they're very very jovial, and they think that where you're going and who you are, they're so excited for your confidence, not you trying to become a confidence that it was already performative and faked by the people that you were admiring. Wow. Okay. Yeah, they eating y'all up right now. They're like, your confidence is your confidence. You don't have to act like this. There's not only one type of confidence. There's not only one type of being. You are amazing just the way that you are. So there's like an heart chakra activation, and it might come across like unsteady, or you might even feel like this kind of like outer body experience, because that's definitely what I felt, especially like getting into this energy. It's like they are stripping away this veil that for a while you thought was a blockage. It wasn't a blockage, boo. They allowed these people to do what they wanted to do while preserving your energy, with kind of like within this veiled, uh I'm getting 12th house placements. They veiled your energy. Okay, and I'm also getting, this was always the plan. This was always the plan, okay? Yeah. They is funny, key type people. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna get these out. I got this new way of like organizing stuff, and it's actually low key not working for me. And it's kind of pissing me off. Because I spent this money to hope that it would work out. Okay, so we're gonna use these purple cards and see where we go from there. All right. So no more pushing it off. No more push lovers. Lovers. No more pushing it off. It is time. Oh my gosh. And now I'm seeing this. Okay, you see these angels? This angel coming out of nowhere. Okay, like this is how they dropping into your like auric field. They are dropping into your auric field like, okay, we're just gonna take that blockage there, scoop, okay, go, be great, my darling. Okay, no, they said, okay, it takes a little time, but they are here with you. They really are. Eh, okay, so, okay, all right, hold on. And then fourth one, please. Okay. Judgment in reverse. Yeah. So there's like a whole storyline here. The way that you were taught to present yourself, like to receive love and also to give love, was from a place. Okay, yeah, I guess they're taking us through the whole thing. It came from a place of. It came from a place of obligation. You felt like you were obligated to act a specific way, right? And you come from a community, a family of people who, you know, they they're not wise. They oh gosh. They're not wise. They don't have, a higher vibrational thinking. And you thought the only way that you could fit into this group of people is that you would have to, diminish yourself. Like you would have to make yourself smaller, or you would have to almost warp your personality to fit into. I'm also getting your culture as well. Someone here is like Asian, like Asian Indian. Someone here is some like African American, or like from an African country, or like you're an African country, like your parents are from Ghana or like Kenya or like something like that, like South Africa, but like you live in America. Does that make sense? Yeah. Girl, of course it makes sense. It's not that deep. All right. Uh okay. So people in your culture act a specific way, and with this like four of wands in the upright is like a coming together celebration of sorts. Like you felt as if to truly be a person of your culture, whatever that means, that you had to sacrifice the quirky idiosyncrasies, or just like the jovial. Yeah, because I feel like the same way that your spirit team is very like, fun and living in the moment and staying present and enjoying life, like you like to laugh, you like to joke, you like to have a good time, you like to, just be chill. And it's like everyone is so serious, like you come from people who are come from a family line or a relative line where everyone is very serious. And it's like you're coming through with a strong heart chakra, a strong solar plexus, where it's like your energy is loud, it's big, it's unignorable. And for a long time you felt like it was being drowned out or almost siphoned from you, taken from you. Like you could have literally felt like someone took that away. And it's like, no, no one took it away. It was It was all a plan to hide it, to almost like veil it, because there's also something about who you are in private you need to become in public. You thought someone took your spark, your confidence, your willpower, your, like soul, like someone took your soul mission or something, but not realizing, like, in private, you still have access to all of the things that make you you. You just need to bring those things into public. And I think that's where you're having a bit of a problem here, where it's just judgment in reverse. Very, like, this is very serious. Whoever these, like, Ten of Pentacle people are, it's like serious because of maybe some generational curses. Yeah. Yeah. Also, a lot of the this community put a lot of projections on you, because as soon as I touched this card, which I've never this has never happened to me before, but as soon as I touched this card, I literally was hearing the, like, criticisms. Like, as soon as I touched it, I'm hearing, oh well, she just doesn't understand, and she doesn't know this, and she doesn't know that. And it's just like, wow. Yeah. So whoever these people are, they put so many criticisms on you that it tied into this veil that was already put over you, and you thought it was a blockage. Mm. But with this judgment in reverse, nothing was taken. You know? Nothing was taken. Nothing was taken away from you. That was never the plan. And you see how from the beginning of this line to the end, there was always an angel nearby. There was always a spirit guide nearby watching the entire situation. All right, second row. This is, well, ten of, okay, so we have King of Pentacles. Also Middle Eastern, possibly. Growing up in a different, like, is someone adopted? Gosh. Okay. Caribbean. I'm saying different cultures because I do feel like it's different situations, but kind of like the same takeaway or theme. Thank y'all. Helping me while I'm talking. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Because I'm moving faster than the messages are coming through. Someone felt enslaved to their traditions, like the traditions of their family, but that was never really going to fulfill you. So even though you are a King of Pentacles, like, you're not a slave to your culture or to your race or to your relatives, like your ancestry. You're not a slave to it. And you know, yeah. You don't have to follow beliefs, ways of being that do not serve you. And someone thought that they were always going to kind of be enslaved to this system of being. So I'm going to start from the end of this line here. You have a Ace of Wands with this Two of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Cups, King of Pentacles. I just keep hearing, I don't know how to tell her what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to tell this person what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to tell them what I'm trying to say. Somebody just please talk your truth. Speak your truth. Speak your freaking truth, dude. Someone thinks they're not confident enough to like speak some type of truth or like tell somebody how they feel. And once again, this comes from a blockage that you've had. Like you're so afraid. Ugh, I mean, I'm speaking to the choir on this one. You're so afraid of like rejection that you don't just say what it is. Just speak your freaking truth, dude. And if this is someone towards you, like you have someone in your energy that really, because I just keep hearing, I don't know how to tell them what I want to say. I don't know how to tell them what I want to say. And that's where I stopped. Because it completely stopped the reading. And I'm like, hello? Like, what the heck? Um, yeah, someone doesn't know how to tell you how they feel. And it's just yeah, okay. I'm literally trying to figure out what the heck all that means. What is that? See, I was attracted to these and I'm trying to just figure out what is going on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because what's this about? What is this about? Three cards. Sweet talker. Mm. Charm over. This is a strategy, emotional. This is praise. One more. Oh no, two more. Excuse me. Okay. Because I'm not going to interrupt the reading. And, push pull cycle. And you first trap. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Someone is too afraid to speak their mind, and maybe it's because you're used to just sweet talk filter. What the heck, y'all? Okay. Hmm. You don't have to choose between who you actually are and where you come from. I think both things can exist at the same time. There is an energy here or a vibe of, well, nobody else in my family um, dates this way or lives their life this way. And it does kind of sound like somebody who's like either in the closet or, like your family doesn't know that you're gay. Like that you're gay or that like that you're dating, because I said, East Indian, like
like, you know how in some Indian cultures, I hope I'm not like offending anybody, but like you get set up with someone instead of like choosing someone yourself. Or in certain cultures, like they don't want you to find someone outside of your culture. Like if you're Japanese, they want you to marry someone Japanese. If you're Indian, they don't want you to marry outside of your race. If you know, and it can go on and on and on, right? Um, but it's like there's somebody that you want to be with, okay? And it's like either a person that's like actually in your life right now, or it's somebody that time and time again you've wanted to be with this person, you want to talk to this person, and so many things would almost sabotage this from happening, it feels like. Um yeah. And if it's not that, like literally someone wants to marry the same sex, or, your sexuality or your, dating life is just not the norm, like you're asexual or something, like there's something that you want romantically that just doesn't really exist in your family or in your culture, that you just, it's like very taboo. And you don't know how to tell your family, like, oh, I don't want to get married, right? I don't want to have a traditional family, or I'm not settling down anytime soon, or I'm marrying someone outside of my race. I'm in love with someone that, that the very people that you talk trash about when we were growing up, those are the people that I like, and I want to be with somebody like that. So, yeah. And it's like you're trying to figure out how to balance all of this. Like, oh, well, maybe I can just hide this forever. And it's like, no, it's not about balancing it. It's not about hiding. It's about being confident. And it's not, cussing people out and like, crashing out on everybody and, anything like that. It's like, no, just be you. And if people don't accept that and they don't like, your form of happiness, then, so what? So what? But I think maybe somebody thought, the fear of rejection, or just maybe even something in your romantic life not working out, and just all of the conflict from like family and other people's opinions, maybe you thought, okay, well, that's that, and I'll never have another chance. Aw. Yeah. No, there's emotions there. I'll never have another chance. That's it, it just wasn't meant to be, and I just need to suck it up. But there is a push and pull here, where even if it's not the same person, there there's like a soulmate connection, a soul tribe connection that's coming together. And there's something about like your light family. Okay. What? Your star seed family that's like trying to almost act as like matchmakers and make sure that they get you to the place where you're confident in your way, so that you can present yourself in the way that essentially someone from your soul tribe, or from your um like a soulmate of yours, or a part of your soul tribe, like they're trying to get you to your most authentic self, so that you can present yourself in the way that you truly are, and not like you have fears and that you don't want to be rejected. And, like there's like a difference between how you really are, and maybe it is quirky and it is different and it's abnormal, but it's not insecure. And I think you have called yourself insecure because of the projections of the people who are supposed to love you and know you more than anyone else, always told you, oh, well, when you stand like that, it comes across as, ungrounded, and like you don't know what the heck you're doing, and nobody's gonna want to be with someone like that. No one's gonna want to marry someone like that, and that's not the way that you need to carry yourself in this family, or in our culture. We don't talk like that. We don't act like that. We don't walk like that. And it's like, but But that's group two. That's just who group two is. And it doesn't mean that you're immature or unconfident or impractical. It's just who you are. And like, so what? You walk to the beat of your own drum, and maybe it's just not the way that anyone else walks. So what? Maybe you talk differently than everybody else. So what? Okay? Like, yeah. Okay. I want another thing here. Okay. I'm trying to follow. Each group has been different. Okay, the next four, the next line here, and then they want to do another group of the other cards. Okay, hold on. Okay, take this one on the top here, and this other one on the top here. Excuse me. Y'all are so introverted, but it's almost like introverted unnaturally because you actually are like you actually are the king of wands. Okay? You're actually very straightforward and real, but it's something about you is coming off very awkward because you haven't been able to express yourself. And now it's like it's time for you to express yourself and put yourself out there for what you really want, who you really want as well. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Yeah. Someone has been wearing a suit of practicality in this king. I can't even talk. Oh my gosh. This King of Pentacles energy, you've been wearing it. You've been, walking and talking like a King of Pentacles, taking every single word that you say very seriously. You have been, playing the King of Swords, King of Swords, King of Pentacles role very, very well. And, putting all of your efforts and work into, your work and not actually caring too much about, frivolous things like fulfillment and things that would, make problems with your relatives and you've been, staying to yourself on your free time and building your security and your safety and just not really talking to anyone about the things that actually are important to you. But you're being asked to Ace of Wands, like take a leap for what you really want. It doesn't have to be a person, but for some of you, it really does feel like a person. Okay, then we're gonna do another row of these cards. Okay, to confirm things. Three more of these. Okay. Temporal devotion, short lived bursts of effort, then decline. Yeah, yeah. You're being burnt out because you're wearing almost a mask a little bit. Okay. I'm not saying that everybody's DL or something. Okay. Please. I want everybody to get in the comments. I am not, honey. If you're not, then you're not. But I'm saying that there is an aspect of what makes you happy is the complete opposite of what makes like this community, whether it's like your family or like work community, friends. It's like what makes you happy is like almost remotely different from your community. And you're afraid that like what you want is just so unorthodox that it would just cause such an uproar and you'd be ostracized and you'd be isolated and left out and like you've made this huge like oh no like the worst possible case scenario. And really people will get mad and then they'll move on and you'll be happy. Two more. Also, it brings me back to the couple wet wipes case of bum tie to touch me. Ew. Okay, like you are not scared of these people, and stop acting like you are. You only scared because you feel like you should be. It's like it's really a remember who you are, honey. Remember who you are. Tug of war of feelings. Promises without backbone with first you first trip. You keep saying one day. You keep saying one day you will tell this person how you feel. One day you will just be honest with these people and say I am this and I love myself either way, or I've been dating someone outside of my race and I love myself regardless, and if you can't love me and the child that I'm about to bring into this world or something like that, right? If you can't accept me for who I am, or I'm poly and da 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 da, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that type of thing. But it's like that's almost like a part of who you are. You're here to be different. And now this is like a little spooky tooky, but like at this time on the earth, a lot of systems of belief and understanding about society is changing and being completely torn apart. And some of the forerunners of that is people who are unorthodox or just completely different from any um, tradition that we are used to. And with people who are like, well, I think the framework of relationships could be completely different and everyone can be happy. And it doesn't have to be, all of these different issues and problems. Like, you can just try something new. But it's almost like it adds on to this already not so positive light that you are seen in. But if you don't make the jump, you could miss your opportunity to really be happy with a person or people who actually like you for who you are. So it's like even waiting for someone else to make the move is like not the best. Like even if you're awkward, go and just be like, "Hi, my name is Group 2 and I think you are cool. Can we be friends or can we go and get dinner?" I'm not saying all of y'all talk like that, but it's almost like that. Like be you. Be you, because you being you is what is going to attract people who actually like you. Like you'll be surprised. Someone might see you saying and doing what you want to do and they are inspired by you and they're like, "You know what? Heck yeah, I would love to go to dinner with you." And you're like, "Oh, really? Yeah. Awesome. Great. Of course you do. Oh, yeah." It's just like it's time for you to be the king of wands and do what you want and do what makes you happy and do what you desire, what you want. Okay, go for it. Grab life by the balls. All right, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. Oh my gosh. But yeah, shaky assurance, waiting for other people to make the first move. Well, if someone talks to me, then I will talk. But you, the King of Wands, you are the leader that's supposed to make that move. Make that move. Talk. Hello. Well, if they bring it up to me, then I will, tell them that I've been dating this person. Why don't you bring it up? You know? Um, yeah. So wearing the mask that people want you to wear is just it doesn't fit anymore. You can't. You just can't. And it's time to make that leap. It's time to make that jump. Whew. This was a very interesting read. We're on 40 minutes, so I'm gonna have to let you guys go. I hope it was helpful and that like it actually makes sense because I was really having a hard time trying to sift through this energy because y'all really closeted with some of the things that you do and you know, and it's just like it's almost like you want the message, but it's just like, but I don't want you putting my business out on the front street like that. Hold on now. So that's why I'm like trying not to go too deep into things, but yeah, that's the reading. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Hello, group three. You could definitely have messages in um you could definitely have messages in group four. She is a doozy. She's very long. I'm gonna have to split her up into parts from the download to the reading itself. But the world card is so important here. And as intuitive as I like to read, yeah, I like my gloves. Okay, but as intuitive as I like to read, there was something about this group where they said, "No, we need you to look it up. Like, look through all the different meanings of the world card and like explain it from there, because there is something about this read topic." Okay, where what does your spirit team want you to know? Okay, what your spirit guides want you to know? Change, babes. Something is changing, and a lot of the readings have a theme of timelines and timeline shifting, your reality shifting, and who's being left back. Okay, it does feel like it has a lot to do with, of course, I'm always gonna talk about the astrology, y'all. Okay, but it seems like it has a lot to do with this Saturn retrograde. Saturn went into retrograde on the 26th of July. If you're watching this at any other time period, then honey, it's a timeless reading and your realities are still shifting, okay? Something is shifting in your reality and it's very important. Like they want you to know. So if you see the world card anywhere in this reading, and if it doesn't come out, I just want to say this anyway. So the world card is completion, huge on completion. Something has been completed, whether it's a karmic cycle, a karmic lesson, okay? It's something has been completed. There's something about joy, wholeness, okay? Being made whole, achievement, happy endings, abundance, success, new levels, consciousness, okay? So new levels of consciousness, excuse me, and traveling the world. So there could be chances for travel for someone that did come up in group one. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, y'all. There's something here. There's something here about realities, because the visual I'm getting is like timelines being actual, like it's coming up in my mind as each timeline that we have lived in doesn't necessarily disappear, and memories are the way that we access the past, and visions are how we access and manifest for the future. So, all of the different timelines of both present, future, past all exist at one time because time is a construct. Ooh, I love spirituality. Okay, but time is a construct and it only exists in this realm, right? So, once you take yourself out of time, each well, I was gonna say lifetime, but each reality in which you've lived in, where you had a certain mindset, where you were a certain age, they all exist. So somebody is hitting a space in time where they have learned something very, very important as far as who you are as a soul. So it's time to give you either a new timeline, okay? A new timeline here, or you can no longer exist on the timeline that you've been living on. So, what is this about? Spirit, what is this about? Because, yeah, something is over. Also, I think this is more about group two. And maybe that's why, they kind of are intertwining a little bit. But, no, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it in group two. But group three, let's see. I'm gonna get four cards out about what's changing. What is changing? So we got the Princess of Cups. Thank you. Mm. Seven of Swords. It's all about the Princess of Cups here. A water sign. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. So you had mm, now, of course, tons of people who are going to be watching this. So the reason I'm making this more broad instead of more detailed is because that's how the message is coming across. Because I realize that not everybody wants, nitty gritty down to their eye level. Some people do want it to be a little bit, more generalized. And generally, and then we'll get into the specifics. Generally, we have somebody here who is very emotionally receptive. And I said, what's changing? You're very emotionally receptive now to intentions. I'll tell you all about a download I got about this a while back. Um, Intentions, connections, and your own inner strength, but also wisdom. Because one thing I love about the Nine of Wands is, yeah, okay, wands is passion, energy, even defense. Okay, passion, energy, defense. That's why, in a lot of the wands suit, you just see all of this different fighting because, wands is the energy that makes you want to fight. All right, but when you get to the Nine of Wands, it is a moment where you realize, dang, like I'm way stronger than I thought I was. And I feel like that is the theme that your spirit team really wanted you to know and understand and know without a shadow of a doubt that you are way, and I mean way stronger than you give yourself credit. Like a lot of you, especially sitting in this Princess of Cups energy, it's not a Queen of Cups that knows from their intuitive understanding that everything will be all right even when they can't see it. Okay, it's not the King of Cups that will, use the chaos or the energy around it to, manifest and make the reality that they want to see. We're not talking about the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups. I say the King of Wands. Interesting. I meant to say the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Those energies have a level of confidence that comes with experience and understanding. So I feel like I'm talking to somebody who either you're like younger, okay, as in like you yourself, like natural age is younger, or what you've been through really did test you because you're not a master at it. And what you've been through in life that is ending, is changing, okay? Just want to put that out there. And I know someone doesn't believe me. Especially when you get to the world card, it is the very last arcana, like major arcana card, okay? Once you get to the world card, you're like, psh, ending, yeah, whatever. Then you're going to hit me with a tower or a death, aren't you? I don't believe you. It's a test, isn't it? It's always a test. Everything's a test, right? Once you get to the world card, you're just like, whatever. It's ending. Whatever. Bull malarkey. I don't believe y'all, okay? If you know, you know. Especially if you've been on your spiritual journey for a while. If you know, you know, okay? But one of the benefits of being a King of Cups or a Queen of Cups is that you have the confidence. And this whole reality, this whole cycle was about building the confidence in your discernment, knowing when someone's playing in your face, with your relationships, knowing what type of relationships you want, standards, okay? Not folding to be in a connection where you're filling up someone else's cup and they're not filling up yours, right? Also something about like bitterness, not being mad because things didn't work out. If it didn't work out, it just didn't work out, right? Understanding that a two of cups can only exist with two people giving equally is the only way that a two of cups will ever exist. And understanding that no matter what happens, you have the power and the stability and the security and the know how and even the intuitive knowing to get through whatever is thrown your way. I think over the last couple, for some of you, for the last year, and others of you, I'm getting for the last couple of years, you have been through spiritual battles that you didn't even know you could have overcome. You didn't even know, people would do stuff like this, right? You've been through stuff where you're just like, I never knew someone could be this messed up, this backhanded. I didn't know that levels of deceit even existed. Okay? You've been through things where it's just like, oh, they really gonna hand me this dirty cup of water and think that I'm going to give them my clear cup and we gonna be in a connection? Oh heck no. Like it's going through these experiences, and each time that you found your worth, you didn't get deceived, you fought through, is what helped you to get to this next level. Now, where are they going, Spirit? Four cards. Okay. We're gonna do a whole nother like row. Okay. They're like, come on, girl. We know. Come on, girl. Um, second card. Thank you. Okay. Come on now. Come out. Oh yeah. No. It's the one on the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I do think the Nine of Cups is very interesting that it came out. Hmm. This was stuck in the deck. The uh Hermit. But what we have already out here is really interesting. So I'm going to keep going. Two more, please. Thank you. Thank you. King of Cups. What did I say? And, I'm going to take this in a very like self-developing way because once again, the world, all right? Something is complete. So I'm not going to so much talk about other people. I'm going to keep this on you. You are very consistent at working on your intuition, okay? Like very, very, very consistent. Um, Also building your spiritual like gifts, if you will, because it's intuition. I think everyone has the capacity to have access to your intuitive abilities. And I think, we all have ones that we're good at, and we all have ones that, we have to work on. So there's definitely like building your spiritual talents, building even um, a level of stability in it, like routines. This is very spiritual, it feels like. It's like very spiritual, but also literal. Um, and I know that's hard for people who are very watery because we do have a lot of water energy out here. And it's like it's like taking your intuition and bringing it to a place of, okay, sure, I'm spiritual. Yeah, I'm intuitive and all these different things, but I can't let my intuition stop me from being consistent and having goals. And and that's one of the things that a lot of water signs struggle with. The emotions overtaking us. And you learned and made almost a talent out of finding the stability in your spirituality and your intuition. you became a master of you've become a master of deceit. Okay. I, every single time I say that, it makes me think of the art of war. You've become a master at seeing people's intentions, and that was the download that I received. I was telling my partner, I was telling him the other day, I was like, I think that I have always been intuitive, right? I've always been intuitive, but I used to struggle with seeing people's intention. I used to struggle with understanding the intention behind energy because sometimes the energy that people will throw at you is completely different from their intention. And one of the downsides of, being on not like the spectrum, but being like heavily ADHD, like heavily, okay? Like the diagnosis was heavy, all right? They were just like, yeah, she's very, very, very ADHD, almost to the point of, tiptoeing in the Jordans. Let me stop. Tiptoeing into, um, well, this is what the doctor told me. They're like, you're tiptoeing into autism. Like, girl, that's how ADHD you are, all right? And I was like, how does that even work? I'm pretty sure they don't go together like that, but go off. And mind you, this is the early 2000s, so tons of information has come out since then. And I'm saying all this to say, I used to be a master at reading energy, especially having, people who raised me. I'm not going to be specific because they love watching my videos and be like, she talking shit about me. But um, there were people who raised me where I had to always clock their energy. I always had to know, when the next mood swing was coming or when their energy was going to change. And it was always very, you just never know. Um, and then I would go on to meet people and become friends with. And, it started a cycle in my life where I'd be around people where their energy would not match their intentions. And I feel like I'm talking to someone today who, you've gone through that cycle, whether it happened in your childhood or not. It's like you've gone through a cycle where whether it's romantic, platonic, job, professional, it's like you run into a lot of people who had agendas that didn't necessarily match their energy. And you had to become the high priestess, the understander of not just what you see, not just what you sense as far as the surface level, okay? I think of that as like the difference between, cancer energy, like feeling the energy on the shore and getting on in a boat and like getting in that doggone ocean and seeing the difference between what you feel on the surface and what is intended and what they're trying to do and what's behind what they're doing. Okay? And I think it's really interesting that now we have this 7 of Cups at the end of this line, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Um and I think it's really interesting because like when you do have gifts or abilities, people be like, oh, you so gifted, but you didn't know that I did all of this and this and this to you. You didn't know when I was doing this and this and this to you in the past. So yeah, sure, you're so gifted, but you didn't know all of this deceit and the things that I was hiding behind the scenes, and I was confusing you on purpose by acting like I care about you, or that, this cup was a cup of love. It was just a cup of swampy water and you didn't even see it. But you had to learn to also not just see, understand the deceit, but you also had to learn to balance yourself. Don't crash out. The King of Cups, he don't crash out. Maybe in reverse. Okay, in reverse, he gonna crash out and he gonna give you everything that you try to give to him right back to you. But in the upright, the King of Cups moves decisively. Okay, I see the energy that you're throwing at me. I see the intention. I know exactly what you want to happen. I know exactly what you're trying to do, but I know better. I know better. And you found a way with grounding to fight the illusions that people tried to put in front of you. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, they have a third row. They have a third row, y'all. All right, what's going on in the third row? Four cards. Woo. I like readings like this. I really do. I like growth. Okay. I like growth. I like evolution. I like graduation. All right. It's very Sagittarian of me. Okay. I feel like this is talking about the transition. I think so, but hold on. One more. One more. Over. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yep. This is the transition. Cause you used to people playing in your face. You used to having to be an inspector of people's intentions and what's really going on, right? But it's like now, hmm, you're having to go from water to sword. Someone's used to doing things in a way that is very secretive. I'm so sorry. That's not funny. That's not funny. Um, you're used to being very secretive. You're used to being because all of this requires a lot of time, to yourself, knowing the difference between your energy and other people's energy. Energy even being sent to you, you have to detach it. You have to construct it. So I feel like someone's used to spending a lot of time by themselves, a lot of time, and you're going from the Princess of Cups. I don't know why I'm hearing and knowing the end from the beginning. Oh wow. Your spirit team wanted to say that they knew where you were going to end up. Never doubted you, is what I'm getting. Never doubted you. We knew you were going to get through this. Oh, y'all are so loved. Yeah. Every single time gets me emotional, y'all. Y'all are so loved. Oh my goodness. Now they want you to vocalize some things because some of you have practical ways to get through things that come from emotional dis-ease. And the reason I said it like that is because it is an emotional dis-ease. Like someone has practical ways to get through anxiety or depression. Trigger warning. Okay, someone has practicalized ways to get through stuckness, practicalized ways to get out of, spells or manipulation. Someone has practicalized ways to do it. So there could possibly be something written that you need to do. Somebody. And if it's not that, it's coming out of the place of working to master the Princess of Cups, but now bringing that mastery that you have, because you went from the Princess of Cups to the King of Cups, and now you're starting new in a completely different place as the Prince of freaking Swords. So it's like now you're on a new journey. It's time to become a bit more social, curious again, becoming curious after mastering, being to yourself, trusting your own voice, trusting all of these things, right? It's like now you're being asked to, you know, meet people, become curious about the world again, putting yourself out there, being more social. Oh, I'm sorry. Because it's just like you master one thing, but there are so many different elements in this world, right? So it's just like, okay, you might master one thing, but don't think, okay, cool, I've passed, I'm good, I don't have to do anything else. No, baby, there's always something else to do. If not, I think the life would be over, wouldn't it? Too dark? Okay, I'm coming out of it. Anyways, so now it is time to especially with the temperance, because the temperance is kind of like having to know what to do in different case scenarios. Okay, All right, so you're taking what you know and bringing it to almost like the real world. Like it's easy as, watery people, intuitive people to be in our world, right? To be in our own, place. But now it's like, okay, now bring it out to the real world. Know when to reject people and love yourself out loud. I feel like someone's attracting, like you're attracting like partners, or you're attracting some type of connection that could only come. Ooh, this is a download. I'm not gonna lie, this is a download. Someone's attracting a connection that could only come from doing this work, doing this learning and understanding. Like there's gonna be some type of connection that comes from this. And that's why it's now important for you to almost like shed the skin of what you've been through so that you can make the transition into meeting good people who aren't this. It's like you have to now know the difference because you're standing between the water and the land. You have to now know the difference between someone who's playing you and someone, just a normal person. They're fine. Okay, this person isn't trying to hurt you. Yeah, they might seem, act like similar to somebody that you've known before, but this is different because what you have learned is completed. It's over. Know when to reject somebody with the Four of Cups. Okay, know when to not pay anybody any mind, but then also know the difference between someone who's trying to play you and who's not. And with the lovers, yeah, it's just balancing everything out now. Cause it seems something is coming in. How do I get this out? What's coming in? Okay, no, not that one. What is coming in for the collective? Okay, I'll use this one then. What's coming in for them? What's coming in for the collective? They need to, because knowing what's coming in can help you to keep going. Because I'm telling you, okay, so lust in reverse, and then roller coaster in reverse as well. Okay, lust in reverse, roller coaster in reverse. Take them both. Got it. Ah, I didn't ask for how many I wanted. That was on me. I am sorry. I do apologize. That is my fault. Okay. Can I have two more? And they're putting in very specific situations. And red flags in reverse. Receipts in reverse. Red flags in reverse. Guilt exposed. Okay. Like I said, hmm. When you're in a cycle where you're supposed to learn a lesson, you can feel almost like you're meeting the same person over and over and over and over again in different like forms and different like um representations, right? You meet somebody who's trying to play you, but this person is, sexually attractive. And then the next person, is trying to play you, it's in your job. And the next person is trying to play you, it now you reaching the final boss. You realize, oh my gosh, this entire time, my sibling was playing me. Oh my goodness. Then the next time someone try to play you, it's like, boom, I already know what's going on. Done, right? You're coming into a period of time where the people aren't gonna be trying to like play you. You run into a lot of greedy people, a lot of greedy, backhanded, like just competitive, even. And that's why it's like you are entering into a new time. I guess they're almost like warning you, like, please don't treat the people that we send it to you bad. Please. Because these people don't want to take from you. They don't want to compete with you. They don't, And it's just like, they don't want you to be skittish. Socialize yourself. Do some small talk. This person ain't trying to hurt you. Like that type of thing. And it's like there's not gonna be any red flags, but I'm getting like stay in your high priestess. Observe. Okay? Observe and stay tempered. Don't get too excited, but also don't be too doubtful. This is a good message. I like this. Okay, so it's like if it's love and you've not given up on love, and somebody comes towards you that's just a cool person, they've got, a good personality, they are grounded, they're not, playing with your head, they're not putting you in a roller coaster ups and downs and all this stuff, right? Hot and cold, and they're being real and genuine, and everything's in the moment, and it's just, let it be. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it's like you almost have to stay in this neutralized place so that you can see something clearly. Because remember, this, and that's why I put my hand on the thing so, aggressively. This is over. This is over. All of this is over. Okay? So this is just basically letting you know stay in your high priestess energy. Observe. Observe what's really going on. But at the same time, don't jump the gun just because you've been through a whole bunch of stuff in the past. Okay. Also hearing, when you've let it go, when you don't want it anymore, you'd be surprised it comes through. It happened to me. It's happened to me tons of times. The moment I'm like, you know what? I don't even want it anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I don't care, universe. You hear me? I don't care. And then, the next day or the next 20 minutes, boom, it comes through. And I'm like, oh, see, y'all play too much. You know what, God? You know what, Spirit? You play too much. But yeah, something's coming through, and you're being asked to be open minded and curious while observing the energy and intention of the person. Okay? Guilt is charged, exposed, and reversed. So, yeah. And I think that's another sign to the whole situation. Y'all are used to getting the rundown on people's true agendas. The way this is going to come across is that you're not going to get a read on this person. That's why, once again, that's why it's like, this is new. This is new. Ding, ding, ring, ring. This is new. So you're not going to get a complete read on certain people because it's not about reading them. It's not about constantly protecting yourself or being on the defense. It's not a fight. They just want you to stand in the self love and the character that you've built, observe the people that you're around, and just be you. Okay? Because they're sending you situations, social opportunities, and even just being in rooms with people who don't want anything from you. They don't want to control you. They don't want to take from you. They just want to be around you. They just want to get to know you, just like you're getting to know them. It is an equal playing field for the first time in our lives, huh? Right? For the first time. For the first time in forever. I'm not around shitty people for the first time in forever. Someone's not trying to off my head. But I'm serious, y'all. I'm happy for you. This is your read. I hope it was great, awesome, something that could actually help you in life. If not, I'm so sorry. I really am. Um, but I love you guys, oodles and toodles. I'll talk to you later. Bye. So, group four. There wasn't supposed to be a group four, but this message has been sitting on me. Um, so it starts with a story time. You like my gloves? Okay, so it starts with a story time. All right, um, and know that one person is the cross watcher here. Hello, um, and the other person is, I would say, the collective. Okay. So, story time about the time that I learned to not um, fake readings, okay? Or not even fake readings, but to not always be someone to fight for the client or fight for the person I'm reading for. Um, there, you can't manipulate spirit. You can't manipulate your ancestors. Like, if everything is energy in the spirit realm, your ancestors know exactly who you are, okay? Like, the universe knows exactly who you are, and nothing is not seen, okay? Sorry, I wiped down the table and now it's drying, okay? So, boom. In this story, I was getting to the point where I was learning tarot, and that was around the time that I actually was, in the process of creating this channel. And I was offering readings to my friends and to, family who was interested. And it's really crazy because now they act like they don't, F with tarot or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, but you F'd with it when I was giving you free advice. Anyways, so boom. A friend at the time, not my friend anymore, was struggling, okay? And she was really up in it, okay? I'm a Cancer, she's a Cancer. And she was, oh my gosh, y'all, she was making it seem like, oh, I work like a dog day in and day out. My ancestors ain't answering me no more. And they not listening to me no more. And they're not helping me anymore, okay? And I just feel like, she would call me Kayla. She's like, it's just not like, Kayla, I don't know what I'm going to do, da 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 da, right? And me being my empathetic self, me being my ride or die type vibe at the time, right? I learned to stop doing all of this stuff, y'all. I was just like, okay, girl, like, well, let's get your ancestors in the room, girl. Let's figure out what the freak going on, okay? Like, let's call them up and ask them what they doing, cause they playing with you. And she's like, yeah, cause da da da, right? Bro, first of all, the first sign that, I should have just stopped, y'all, was, I'm calling up her ancestors, I'm trying to get them all up in the room so we can get some messages. They instantly, like, vibe pissed off. Like, what the freak do you want? I'm like, oh, oh, why they don't seem happy, Like, I've done readings for, at that point, I had did readings for her. I think I did readings for her sister, one of her siblings. And, I'm used to interacting with her, guides, or I guess like ancestral teams. So I was like, why they seem so angry? Like, how you come to somebody's house and the parents just cuss them out, and the children is quiet and the parents is quiet, and you walk in the room, you like, oh, something happened in here. Something is not right. What is going on? What is happening? That's what it felt like. So we're getting out cards. They're coming out like, that's it. No confirmations. What you need confirmations for? I'm like, oh, dang. Okay. So back then, I didn't know much about cleansing or closing out a reading. And, she just kept crying. She kept crying. And then she was like, I just don't understand why they not messing with me. Like, why they not, telling me what to do? Like, I just do so much. I'm so tired. Ah! Right? Crying. And I was like, y'all, like, why are you acting like this towards her? I'm trying to fight on her behalf. Y'all, she ends up um getting off the phone, and when I tell you, her spiritual team rocked me, y'all. That was the first time I had ever really been in like real spiritual warfare against someone's team, because I, as the reader, was being manipulated, and they can see the truth of the person that, essentially they could see the truth of what she's doing. She being manipulative, she lying, she acting like she ain't did nothing, she acting like she don't know what's going on. But you, as the reader, as the person giving out the message, why are you trying to make stuff sound like something it ain't? When I tell you, y'all, spiritually, it was crazy. I had to cleanse the whole entire space. I was cleansing for hours, like trying to tell them to leave. They was rocking my ish. I ain't even gonna lie. This is the first time I had got spiritually rocked. All right. And it's crazy because now it's like when I get certain messages, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can tell that person is watching my channel because I can kind of like feel what her spirit guides feel like. And when I tell y'all, they are pissed with this person because, ooh, It's insane. So the cross watching person is a liar, a manipulator. And yes, they have some trauma, but the reason that spirit gave me that story time was because that's essentially the situation that somebody in the collective has themselves in. You're being manipulated by someone who you think is like you, who is, maybe going through a spiritual awakening or realize that there's more truth that needs to be seen, whether it's in your religion or like in your own personal spiritual practice. Like, they are sitting alongside you pretending like they are also, learning about manifestation or wanting to have more spiritual understanding, but really this person is just over here trying to figure out what they can get. They are lying, they're saying that their situation is worse than it is, or they're acting like they don't know why they're in a karmic cycle, but they know exactly why. Like, they know exactly what they've been trying to do. The graveyard magic keeps coming up, y'all. Somebody's been playing with graveyard dirt. Somebody's been doing things that they know, that they know. Like, I'm literally hearing somebody's ancestors like fired to the chest, angry, like, you know exactly what you did, and the fact that you over here acting like you don't know why you're going through certain things, why your money is funny, why your relationship is stale, why you don't feel confident, why you don't feel loved. Like, this person, and that's a subsection of, yeah, okay. All right, hold on. Ground myself. Ooh. And it's crazy because like this person has a big ancestral team, but it feels like there is only like three like ancestors who are coming through and like ripping them a new one. Like, this could, it feels like a grandma, like big ma, big something like that, something like that. Like, someone's grandmother's coming through saying like, you know exactly what you did, you need to straighten up. And the thing is, it's like they have been stonewalling. They've been stonewalling this cross watching person. They've been stonewalling them, waiting for them to wake the freak up. Like, they have given them so much grace. So the fact that they're acting like, oh, I don't know why the ancestors don't F with me. You know exactly what you did, dog. Stop playing. Like, stop playing. And yeah. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Wait. Okay, so that was the thing. So they were just like, okay, somebody's ancestry is like, there, a lot of y'all have been Christian, but this person, it's like the collective is expounding upon their belief system. So I'm like, if you're a Christian, it's like you're expounding and learning about maybe manifestation as opposed to, praying and fasting, right? So if you're learning about manifestation as opposed to prayer and fasting, and you are trying to, it's either this person's in your spiritual like line, like they, oh, hold on, Kay, hold on. Either they're in your ancestral line, which means that this is a family member of yours, or or uh, this person's trying to like piggyback off of someone else's energy to get a result they want. And it's almost like, okay, well, I know that the ancestors F with this person, okay? So I'm gonna piggyback on them and I'm gonna get my stuff answered too. That's what it feels like. Like, we got the collective energy, we got somebody trying to be in their purpose, someone who's maybe like pure, innocent, just awakened or something. And then you have this person who's done all this graveyard magic, who's in a karmic cycle because of decisions that they made, and they trying to piggyback their wants and desires on somebody that they think that their ancestors like. And that's what came up in my energy for like the last couple days. And it's really weird, y'all. Like, it's so weird because yeah. Yeah, no, this is strange. So then they wanted me to explain the difference between manifestation and prayer. Whew, I really hope this is helpful for someone. The difference between manifestation and prayer is that when you pray for things, you don't have to say that you will do something in return. Ooh, and I feel like this is really going to hit the cross watcher and the person who's a newbie or the person who's just awakening. But when you pray and you fast, You're just putting yourself in the space to receive. When you manifest, you're collaborating with the universe, you're collaborating with God. So when you say you're going to do something, ooh, all right, Lisa, stop jumping out of it, because there's a certain authoritative voice, okay, like a matriarch from someone's family line. When you say you're gonna do something, and you're trying to manifest a certain outcome, and you say in return you will change, you will do the work that you know you need to do for your mental health, you will become more serious about your spiritual practice or ancestral offerings or whatever. When you say that you're gonna do something and you don't do it, do not be surprised when we do not respond in the future. Okay? That's for the cross watcher. For the other person who is on their spiritual journey, they want you to understand that there's a difference between prayer and manifestation. Yep, I'm telling you, there's somebody who's being sat the freak down. And then there's another person where it's like, okay, if you want your eyes open, if you want to see this, if you want to understand this, because the thing is, it, I always say that religion is almost like a riding a bike on training wheels. Okay, it's like being in a fishbowl, being in a little aquarium. It's safe, all right? It's illusions of being safe as well, because there's still predators in there. There's still spiritual predators in your church. Hate to say it, hate to say it. Okay, cross watcher. Like, especially if that is the cross watcher, there's still spiritual predators in the church. There's still predators in religion. It's just they have titles and they hide behind these titles. When you step out into spirituality, you're in the open field, right? So, and it's like so crazy because like not too long ago, I always thought that everyone's ancestors would want them to be, spiritually awakened and outside of religion. But the more I read for people, the more I study, the more I even just stay spiritually open to receive messages, I realize that that's not everyone's goal. And it's been hard for me, especially as I continue to deconstruct religion and study. It's like I'm like, but why wouldn't they want? Because sometimes it is more detrimental to the psyche, to one's, heart, their soul. It is more detrimental to wake them up in a lifetime than it would be to let them stay in a certain belief system and give them certain encounters and understandings within that belief system. Sometimes it's just better to keep them where they are, because not every lifetime is about like, oh gosh, every lifetime is about spiritual evolution. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Not every lifetime is like being a whistleblower and becoming a whistleblower. You know what I'm saying? It's not every lifetime is going to the deep dark depths of what um society has built to be religions. Not every lifetime is about that. Some people are here to, break generational curses in finance. So what the heck they need to know about spirituality for? They need to be focused on finance. Some people are here with, uh creative abilities, and that's where they're supposed to be. There's no reason to learn about all this stuff, but there are certain people, and usually I think it is people like this cross watcher. There are certain people who are supposed to wake up and be that safe space, that experience for the people who in their hold on, y'all. There are certain people who are supposed to awaken to be like that oracle, to be that like safe space for people when they are seeking understanding, seeking deeper knowledge. But when that person starts to become warped, or they stop doing the spiritual work necessary to become that oracle, to become that spiritual voice, they can instead cause problems and havoc and make situations worse for the people around them. Whew. Wow. Oh gosh. Now I can get out cards. So, oh my gosh, like y'all, this is such a weighty message. And I hope it makes sense for somebody, because I'm like, dude, This has been sitting with me for over 2 or 3 days. Yes, four cars. Ooh, and they run a tight ship. The guys is not playing. Okay. All right. So, yes, this is going to be a side by side reading for this cross watching person and for the collective. Ooh. So, this is all for the cross watcher, they say. Okay. Tower in reverse. They say, yep, keep going. Oh my goodness. They say, yep, keep going. The devil. Mm-hmm. And then one more. They said disconnected from these three. Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all. There's like a divine like anger type thing. And anyone who understands energy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a difference between being angry out of ego, where it's like, oh well, I just want what I want, right? It's a difference between like thanks. I needed that example. There's a difference between someone being angry. I'm gonna bring this to the middle for now. There's a difference between someone being angry, like a child being angry because they can't have candy, right? That's more of an egoic, okay, and very simple, right? Very simple-ized answer, as opposed to the adult who's angry because the child broke into the candy jar to get what they wanted. The adult has to, you know, you're angry because that child is going to, mess up their system because of the addiction they have to that candy. But at the same time, you love them and you have to almost be like righteously angry. And that's what it feels like. Like, the the cross watcher in the situation would feel like I already feel them crying. I'm not gonna lie, I already feel them crying because it's like, no, you're not supposed to see it that way. You're supposed to see me as, the hierophant. You're supposed to see me as the hierophant. You're supposed to see me, ancestors, guides. You're supposed to see me as important and the one that you love and the one that you want to make smile and all of this stuff. But you're not supposed to see me as this tower devil. You're not supposed to see me that way. You're supposed to help me. And oh, what am I gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I gonna do? Right? But it's just like, yes, your ancestors love you, but they have nothing to do with karmic lessons that you're supposed to learn in this lifetime. They are just guides. They're just there to help you through it, but they cannot take it away from you. They cannot stop you from having to learn the lessons that your soul is here to learn. Okay, we all have a soul contract, every single one of us. That is your way into this realm. And yes, this is my own personal spiritual belief. You don't have to believe it. But yes, I believe that everyone has a soul contract and things that in this life you were supposed to do. And it's not about a physicalized thing that you have to do. It's about what your soul needs, the circumstances, the experiences, the meetings, the relationships. It's about all of that gives your soul the growth it needs for the next lifetime or to graduate out of this. Okay, I literally smell weed. Someone is smoking, or whoever, someone smokes. I literally smell weed. Whoa, I know that smell, child. Okay, reminds me of college. Anyways, so yeah, somebody's a smoker here, and I just smelt it. The confirmation for somebody. Anyway, so I said all that to say, your ancestors cannot save you from a dark night of soul. Tower in reverse. Your ancestors cannot save you. I mean, sometimes they can, okay? And that's where it's like, once again, this love. It's like somebody's ancestors have saved them from the true, like, intensity of the karma that they deserved sometimes. And this person essentially became greedy. They became greedy and they feel like, oh, well, you should just always save me. You should just always, put yourself in the line of fire. But it's like, something about the last spell that this crosswatcher did I know this is a long reading, and child, if you ain't here for this, then I don't know what else to tell you because this is a very important message, and I'm not about to get into the way of what spirit wants. So be mad if you want to be mad. I don't give a F, okay? But yeah, yeah. Somebody did something, and they did like it's because of the fact that they don't want to do the spiritual work. I don't want to look at my shadow. I don't want to do shadow work. I don't want to look at the things that have pained me and hurt me. Like, you don't understand. You don't understand how bad this was or how bad that was. I can't look into the face of this. But y'all are supposed to love me regardless. Like, remember, like I'm gifted. I'm like the only person that is awakened in the family. Mm. Yeah, okay, so this person feels like they are like chosen and it's like it's not that they're wrong, they're not chosen, but it's like to be chosen, you have to also choose to walk the path. Like this person was supposed to be like an alchemist, and instead they became like a bratty, I should have whatever I want baby for their ancestors. I don't know how else to say it, bro. And every single time anything goes wrong, that's supposed to teach them something, that's supposed to help them to overcome, every single time something goes wrong, instead of them being like, okay, like I'm meant to be this star. Okay? I'm meant to be the star, and I know that I'm connected to the source despite what I'm going through right now. No, instead, their shadow says, no, someone attacked me, or no, I don't deserve this. I'm gonna do a destiny swap on a friend that I have. Oh no, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to go through all of these things. And it's just like, but honey, what you're going through, one, is not that bad. Two, like, it's supposed to teach you something. And it's almost like every single time your ancestors know that you're about to go through a tower in reverse. Tower upright means that everything is just destroyed and you have to completely start from scratch. Tower in reverse means that, yes, things are falling apart. Maybe a timeline is collapsing for you, a way of life is collapsing for you, but it's not to break you, it's to build you. That's why it's in reverse. Oh my gosh. Now for the collective. Is that all y'all wanted to say? They're like, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. No, I'm gonna do another deck. I'm gonna do another deck. Oh my gosh. Oh, now for the collective, and why was the collective left to the end as well? You're safe from this, okay? Especially if this person has tried to destiny swap with you, okay? Because yesterday, I can't say in full detail what I sensed, but it's like someone tried to do a multi-layered spell on a collective. All right? Yeah. And it had to do with appearance, it had to do with some type of actual desire or like some type of actual attraction they wanted you to have towards something that was going to hurt you, something that was going to mess you up. Okay, something that's going to mess up your life. Like, for example, if you are married, they wanted you to cheat on your partner, ruin your reputation, ruin your life. Okay? Um they wanted to also make you ugly. They wanted you to have crow's feet. They wanted you to, get like saggy face and look old and look decrepit and look tired. They wanted you to look bad. Okay? So there's something about someone's beauty. There's something about something actual, or this was like a, oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. Truth is the truth. It was a sex ritual. Okay, like they use some type of sexual act to push forward their intentions. Yep. This is the world we live in, and I guess that's why I wanted to say, like, for the person who's going through an awakening, they would never think, I guess that's why they wanted me to start with that story time. When I was doing that reading for that person, I had just assumed that she was in the right. I had just assumed because I cared about her and she was a friend of mine at the time that she was in the right. And when I ended up getting, yeah, y'all, I got karma. I got karma for that crap because, like, her ancestors, your ancestors are not just taking care of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other people too. And in my own journey, I had to learn that. Certain times I'd be going through things. I'm like, well, that's not fair because this person did this, this, and this to me. And they're just like, yeah, but you're awakened. You understand what's going on. They do not. So we cannot punish them in the same way. We can't make them go through that same stuff in the same way. And it's like this person's being punished for having the knowledge, not doing anything with it, and being mad when things try to force them to learn based off of the knowledge that they say that they have. Okay. You say you know things, you say you're important, you say that you want to be the star. You want to, ooh, this person could even want influence as well. They want to influence, they want to feel like chosen by the universe. They want to feel like they're just so connected. Well, the people who are connected, it's not glamour and glitz, okay? It's work every single day. Look, I know, y'all. Every single day I learn something new spiritually. And it's on a job. Especially having this tarot channel. Y'all, I didn't know that people could attack you in so many different ways. Okay? I didn't know people could do work on you in so many different ways. But I digress. Okay? And it's like all from this perspective that I'm doing something to them. Child, I have no time to spend trying to attack people from my past or that I don't know. I don't give a F. I don't care. Like, bro, okay, now I feel like now I'm getting into collector's energy. I'm getting into collector's energy now because it's just like maybe this person feels like something's falling apart in their life and it's not falling apart in yours, and they could feel like you either have something to do with it, or like I said, you're a spiritual newbie and they want to ride your energy to get attention and favor from the universe. Okay, maybe they want to pretend like they're a spiritual teacher, but you know more than them. Yeah, so someone's going through a tower and reverse yourself. I see. But you understand. Yeah, yeah. Finally, my heart doesn't burn anymore now that I'm moving out of this person's energy. Oh my gosh. Okay, what do you want to say about collective? Two cards to clarify this tower in reverse. What do you want to say about the collective? All right. So for some of you, this cross watcher feels like you did something to them because maybe in their perspective, things are coming into place for you, but you started off as the tower in reverse with the lovers. Hmm. One more. So maybe something's happening within your like confidence, self-love, or an actual like relationship. Mm. And then you see how this Queen of Pentacles hit the star. So maybe this person wants influence or something. Oh yeah. Y'all put in the work. It didn't come out, but this was stuck up in the deck. Y'all put in work to the collective. You put in work over and over and over again. And I don't know why I'm seeing these as like timelines. Like over 7 different times. Seven could be one of your numbers possibly, but like you put in the work, collective, and you just do it. It's not a, oh, well, if I put in all this work and I do all this stuff, what y'all gonna give me? With this devil energy from this other person. Well, if I do all this stuff, what you gonna give me? What you gonna give me? I'm only gonna do it if I know I'm gonna get stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they think that they're an important, spiritual, gifted, chosen, all this stuff, but they don't want to do the work that you've been doing timeline after timeline, cycle after cycle. Every single time something falls apart with the ooh spirit. Every single time something falls apart, you rebuild it with self love and patience. Okay? And I'm hearing day after day. Seems like I pull away somehow. They just keep blocking out the sun. Okay? It seems like somebody has, this could even have something to do with Saturn. Okay? Whether you have the same Saturn sign or this is just you're ruled by Saturn, okay? Ruled by Saturn, babies. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Okay, Saturn don't play about us. And I would say, I'm not gonna lie, in my early 20s, I used to cuss Saturn out. Like, F you, you the reason my life's so hard, you the reason I gotta put in all this work, timeline after timeline, proving myself a million times, Seven of Pentacles, I'm so sick of you. F you, Saturn! Like, y'all. I always say, like, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn first, but we hate it. Okay, because it's just like Aquarius wants to be kooky, wants to just try things, it wants to be rebellious, it wants to just, put yourself out there. But then Saturn's just like, don't forget you're my child. You may act like a stepchild, but you my child, okay? Put in that work, be consistent. Where you at? Or else you ain't getting nothing done. Futuristic thinking, F that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so yeah, I feel like this has to do with somebody's Saturn. Um, or even like the Pluto in Aquarius right now. There's a portion of Saturn in there, okay? And it's just like you for someone you've been more consistent than this person who's been awakened, okay? For someone you've been more consistent than them, which is why your ancestry, oh my gosh, for the person, this is your family member, you have been more consistent than them. Maybe not always right, maybe not always perfect, maybe not always, aesthetically pleasing. Tower in reverse, you are literally known as a tower in reverse. Okay, maybe you're not aesthetically pleasing and pretty about it, but you've been consistent even when it hurt, even when it was ugly, even when you couldn't even explain what the heck you was going through. You was still consistent, way more consistent than this person who believes that they're so important and they don't have to do any shadow work. They don't have to reflect. They don't have to change. They don't have to overcome. They don't have to grow. They think that they are so connected and so like chosen by God and oh my God, that they don't have to do anything. But you have done the work. You've done the work. Yeah, with the world. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit and guides. All right. I know they'd be so patient with me because I just be going on little tangents sometimes. I know it. I know I do. And it's just like, okay, there's something that is completed for you because you were not afraid to be built and then tore down and built and then tore down. And reminding yourself through this journey of self love, of patience. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Pentacles puts in that time, okay? A lot of time. When you on the clock and off the clock, okay? Analyzing what would be better. What's a better way of getting something done? Okay, cool. Like maybe I need to start at this time. Okay, that time isn't working anymore. Let me do this time. Okay, that time isn't working anymore. Let me do this. Let me that. Let me do this. And it's just like Queen of Pentacles has the freaking legs with their oh the Queen of Pentacles prayers and manifestations have legs because when they prayed for something, and this doesn't have to be a man or a woman, okay? But it's like your consistency is what's making you the Queen of Pentacles, making you the receiver of anything that you manifest. This person feels like it should be them. They're chosen. They're the one that will awaken way before you, and they know all these things, and da 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 da. But when you showed up to the plate and you said, well, I really want this goal, I want to be here, I want this, I want that, you then picked up all of those things that you said you wanted and you made a clear and concise plan. And every single timeline when you started to build, tower came. Okay, if something was torn apart, let's reconvene. Yes, let's look and see what worked. Let's see what didn't work. Okay, this worked. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep going. Do 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 do. And you build that all the way up. But then maybe that thing that worked in the past doesn't work anymore. Dang, you gotta create a whole nother way of getting something done. This person is looking at you as the Queen of Pentacles, like, oh, they have a family, they have love, they have partnerships, they have a good job, they have, nice things and all this stuff, and it's just not fair. But they have no idea what came with having to become that Queen of Pentacles. They have no idea how many times you built something and, like a sandcastle, it was swiped away by the wind or swiped away by a wave. They have no idea what it was like to become the Queen of Pentacles and have all of this confidence and this love and this to be loved. There's something, okay, hold on, Spirit. There is something about this person that they are afraid of every single thing that they want. Which is why, once again, their ancestors are not being mean because they're telling them no. Your ancestors are saying, okay, you say that you want love, you want to be confident, you want all this stuff, and you're like, okay, cool, well, just give me theirs. Give me collectives because I'm supposed to have all these things anyways. Remember, like I know tarot and I know astrology, and it says in this house that I'm supposed to have this and this. So just give me theirs. They did all the work. Queen of Pentacles, they can rebuild it. Tower in reverse. Well, just give me theirs. And their ancestors are just like, no, do the work. You can have you can have that star feeling and be as important as we know that you are. Do the work. And they're just like, no, 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 I shouldn't have to do the work. And then when their tower hits to allow them to become like you, they're like, oh my god, they're doing something to me, they're doing something to me, oh my god, oh no, let me go to the graveyard. Let me go to the ancestor that I know will always answer me and tell them that so and so did something to me. They did something. They hurt me. No, they didn't. Oh my God. And it pisses me off. It really does. It pisses me off. It pisses the ancestors off because it's just like all they want them to do is to grow, to change, and to have what you say that you want. We all on the same team. Like, your soul growth, your soul evolution is exactly what they want. So why is you acting like every single time you have any inconvenience, person, that something is wrong and someone's attacking you? It is not always that. Sometimes they just want you to, I hate to say it, spiritually grow up. They just want you to spiritually grow up. You cannot cry and throw graveyard magic at every single thing that you want. You can't cry and throw spell work at every single thing that you want. And yeah. So it's something about romance. So someone feels like you are more attractive than them, or for some of you, you're a male and they feel like you receive every single thing that you say that you want. And that's something that they want. They want to be as attractive, or they want to be as like liked, loved. They want, for some of these people, they want to be like famous, but like in the family or like amongst peers, and they want people to like kiss their butt and be like, oh my gosh. So yeah, this person's struggling with loneliness. Okay, seer. Oh yeah. Yeah, I look up to you. I look up to you. They want so this is what they're trying to trade. This is what they're trying to trade. Oh, y'all have people who look up to you. Even if, once again, even if you're going through a period of time where you are losing a lot, where things are just up in the air, you don't know what your next steps are, to you, you're free falling, okay? But you trust the universe because it's not the first time that you've gone through that tower. It's not the first time that you're a seer. Wow. This is not the first time that you've gone through something. You know you're gonna land on your feet, you know you're gonna be fine. But so many things are in the air because timelines are changing for you. Okay, especially if you're a part of this collective, please go and watch another read for this video specifically, because I think you have other messages somewhere else. But they almost want to let you know that whatever magic, rituals, weird things that this person is doing, because it's their shadow is so unhealed that it's almost like a completely different personality. It's like an alter ego. And it's like in front of your face, they could be like Taurusy or like Sagittarius, like they like to talk about spiritual things. They like to, talk about their dreams, where they want to go. They might even talk about the things that they're going through in the hard times, but behind the scenes, this person does a lot of work on people because they're lonely and they don't have like any romance in their life. Like, I mean, figuratively and literally, like this person doesn't have a partner, but it's also like they don't feel loved. Like they don't feel loved by the universe. They don't feel good about themselves. Like there's things that they've done and the guilt of it and the shame of it and all of these different projections that they put out and things that they've tried to manifest that didn't come in as like molded together. I literally saw it as like a root growing in somebody. Like, oh gosh. Yeah, it was like branches that kind of like are like taking them to the ground, and it kind of like goes up and it's latched itself to all these different parts of their body. And I was like, holy shit. Okay, holy ish. So this person has rooted themselves in this pain, and they don't want to, they've gotten to the point where it's either you do the work to get yourself out of this or you will be stuck here. And I think this is happening for a lot of karmics, but specifically for this person, you either do the work or you're going to be stuck in this energy. You've done too much, you've done too many rituals, you've done too much magic, and it didn't come out the way that you wanted it to. Either you do the work or you will be stuck in this root that you basically made for yourself. You've rooted yourself to your pain, rooted yourself to these projections, rooted yourself to this love magic, sex magic, just all over the place, all over the place. And they, once again, they look over at you, and there's like a romantic, sensual situation that it blooms from your life. And yeah, sure, you're always going through things, or you have things that you're going through, but they feel like whatever spiritual gifts you have as compared to them, you always see your way through it. You always know what you're gonna do. You always know this, you always know that. When mind you, you probably don't. Like, trust me, as being a seer, sometimes I see what my spirit team wants me to see for my protection or whatever, right? But people be thinking like, oh, she either knows everything or she's a liar. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this person needs emotional healing. You trigger each other's wounds. Mm, I don't know about that with anxiety. Someone's feeling this person's anxiety. Just reject it. Reject it. And I know it sounds insane, but like literally, when you feel anxious without an explanation, literally be like, I reject this, and it will leave. You might trigger this person's wounds, but the triggering for you is not that deep because you do the work. I don't know how else to say it. You have like an open heart chakra or something. It allows you to like not stay in things, which allows you to never really be stuck per se, because it's not hard for you to cut some stuff off. It's not hard for you to leave things in the past. But this person will stay there until they learn how to get through this loneliness. They want to be looked up to so bad. They really do. Poor. Yeah, they're a lesson. Especially if this is a family member, like they're a lesson for you for discernment. For them, also for discernment. Okay, so maybe you do trigger each other's wounds. Maybe you like to show up for people, you're very loyal, and family this, family that. But this person, who knows how many decades they've been lying to you. Yeah, soulmate. Okay. With high awareness in reverse, and I can't stand to see you. I cannot stand to see you do well, so I leave or I sabotage you, with high awareness in reverse. Someone has to become aware of this family member or this person, understanding that what has happened to them has eaten them up, okay? And there's not anything that you can do, even as somebody who understood them, grew up with them, had good times with them. Good times is good times. But good times don't change the fact that somebody has something about them that they want what you have or they don't want you to have it. They want what you have or they don't want you to have it. And that's the thing that they're hoping you don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. Yeah. I think somebody wants to like likable that likable is what they wanted to come out, but it was stuck. But I told you something about somebody's looks, right? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. They don't want you to look good. They want you to be healthy. This is a family member. You start working out, they be like, oh, okay, I see you. I see you, cousin. I see you. Oh, you look good. But then all of a sudden, the next week, you are feeling depressed and you don't want to work out. And oh, I don't know why I just feel so off my game this week. Because that person who was saying, oh, okay, cousin, I see you. In their head, their shadow was just like, how come I can't look like that? When they start working out, then I'm going to look like trash. And then they go home and they just start thinking about it and they just like, I can't have them looking better than me. I just can't have it. I'm gonna call up my girl, see if she can do a spell for me. It's this shadow, and I'm trying to tell y'all because it's literally like an alter ego. Like in front of your face, they love you, but behind the scenes, they're just like, I just can't have you doing better than me. I just can't. And they hope that you stay unaware of it. Man, this person will lie straight to your face. They will lie straight to your face. Okay, so I'm feeling guided to get out the dice. And they're just like, see if you can get this person's zodiac sign or zodiac signs or something about just a further confirmation. Because I know someone in the collective is just like, nah, no, no. I love y'all. I really do. And I hope you know from the story in the beginning, I don't lie. I really don't. All right. And this is almost coming up to an hour. So yeah, we're gonna be done after that. Okay, who is this karmic person? Okay, we got some Aries energy out here. We have some second house energy out here. Aries second house. Mm, mm, child. I don't have the capacity today to sift through houses. But Aries sun. So this could be Aries sun for someone. Okay. And then second house is like Taurus energy as well. Aries Taurus. Okay. And we're gonna do one more roll for who this is karmic person. Because for some of you, it's an Aries. Ooh, more Aries energy, Pluto energy. So Aries, we also have, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hmm. It's like a Pisces rising or something. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Hmm. Pluto. Okay. So what I'm getting from the Aries energy is that like this person has like very self oriented. Um somehow it's like a backdoor energy of like first house because Aries represents the first house. So something about this person's first house is important. And then Pluto is their shadow right now. And if you have their birth chart or you know anything about their birth chart, it's like wherever their Pluto is. Somebody listen, okay? Um, because this person is trying to offload their karma on you. I'm not gonna lie, and that's why it's so long and it's so detailed because it's just like someone is trying to offload their karma on you and energy swap, energy harvest off of you. So I'm trying. Wake up, y'all! Full moon is around the corner, and it feels like this person is trying to manifest you hard, manifest something against you or manifest you. So first house is that persona. It's like a jovial, happy-go-lucky. Oh, everything's Hey, you want to drink? You want a little smoke? Okay, let's hang out. Let's go here. Okay. I see you, family, or I see you, friend. Okay, like fifth house. Let's have fun. Oh, I love you. I love you. Anything you need, just call me. You could call me. You could call me anytime you need something. Okay, I love you. But behind the scenes, This person get lonely. Hold on, let me turn on this little light. Behind the scenes, when this person get lonely, I get lonely. Oh, 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 oh. And I cry. I cry. Let me stop. I'm really playing too much. But yes, when this person gets lonely, that's when they do their spiritual work out of emotion. They do, y'all. They really do. They do their spiritual work out of a dark place, and that's when it starts to almost become like black magic, because when they get into that darkness, it's like they will have ridiculous ideas of, oh, let me throw this blood on my face, let me do this, let me do that. Like, they it's like a very something doesn't work out in their life, something doesn't go the way that they're expecting it to, they get like desperate and they start like thinking of real crazy stuff. And that's why I say it's crazy, because it's like one of the things I was getting was blood on the face, mixing it with bodily fluids. I was like, what in the heck? What in the I was like, Spirit, you're lying. They're just like, no, no, I'm not. They're like, we are not lying. Like, this person, it's there's a huge difference. And there's something about their personality that makes them come off very innocent, or almost like you could never imagine them doing that. But y'all, when they get alone, they do some wild ish. I'm telling you. And it comes from loneliness. It's coming from, not feeling loved. Like, this person could be in a whole relationship, married, or been with somebody for years, but they don't feel loved. They don't feel seen. They don't feel heard. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you. And you're a seer. And you need to see this. You need to see it clearly. Stop seeing what you want to see. See the thing clearly. Why every single time this person come into your life, every single time they get close to you, every single time they talk to you, all of a sudden things start falling apart. Wake up. Okay? And I wish I could say this is coming from me. No, I'm trying to tell you, every single time this person comes into your life, why does everything blow up in your face? Why does everything not work out? The moment you mention something to them, oh my gosh, everything just goes to shh. It's because this person is not who they say that they are. And that is your reading. I love you, group 4. All right. Ooh. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go. All right. Especially if somebody has like a Pluto fourth house. Yeah, yeah. Especially if it's a family member. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave that there. Love y'all. Bye.